Setting it up.
Perfect. So it says we are live on my screen. So it looks like we are all set to get going. So Cheryl Henry is on, and we're going to co-present today. So I am Dr. Alana McLaughlin, and we are going to cover the essential oils made easy briefly, and then go a little bit more in detail in the BOGOs that are coming up starting tomorrow. So as we go into the slides, I'd like to emphasize kind of why I chose and why I think also Cheryl really resonates with doTERRA over several other options that you have out there. And it is they call it the doTERRA difference. So really looking at the quality of the oils, that certified pure tested grade, that the batches are tested, and you can even look on the bottom of the bottles and see exactly all the information about that oil and where it came from. So looking at each bottle makes a huge difference, all the way from the community, the people in that community. doTERRA makes sure that they are getting what they need. If they need water, or if they need schools or hospitals or whatever that might be, that they are supporting them, and all the way through the process to, the people in the middle using oils, the people who are using this as a business. It makes a huge difference and can help people change their lives, and hear those stories over and over of how this company changes people's lives. So I always like to come back to that, of this slide here of summarizing all that they're doing for everyone out there and making a huge difference. Is there anything you'd want to add on that, just as kind of a brief intro?
No, I think that's great. My family and I did community development and discipleship in Africa, and this is one of the things I appreciate most about doTERRA.
I agree. Yes. So with that being said, the goal of the class tonight is, and really the company in general, is to empower you. So, and that I feel is part of my purpose, is to really gift healthcare into each household so that you have the tools to take care of yourself and your family. So how do we do that? We need to learn some basics first. So we're going to go over 3 cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use the oils, and then how you can get oils into your home. So the 3 cool things about essential oils, I'll do the safety and then I'll hand it over to Cheryl. So the safety is amazing because we have these pure and natural substances that don't have side effects or addictions. And in fact, usually they have side benefits. You're using it for something, and you also have this other positive side effect of it. Maybe it's uplifting your mood as well as healing, or, there's so many different variations in how they help us on these really complex levels, because we are really complex biological beings. We are getting them as extracts from plants, from various parts, and then we use that part to help with whatever we're working on supporting. And another part of this is they know exactly what part to use, how to turn it into these oils so that they are pure and therapeutic. And we'll see here, because of that and this testing that they go through and this potency, we can ensure that every bottle is going to create the results that we're wanting to look for, or that is going to be seen and felt throughout whoever is using that bottle. And we also know that we don't need very much of them. So we see here it's 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs, because we are extracting these oils in very specific processes that is leaving the most pure and potent product that we can then, rest assured, use on ourselves and our family, on our friends, and recommend with confidence and security. The safetiness is really important too, as you're learning to use the oils. There are different things we always mention with how to use them, in glass water bottles, or high quality of like the stainless steel instead of things like plastic, because of how they interact and how potent they are. We have guidelines, but once you're within those guidelines and, topical application, we're diluting things like that. But otherwise, we have this confidence in that we have our toolkit, we know what we can grab when we're needing something, or we have a reference book to help guide us through that process. So the one oil I would highlight here is peppermint. If anybody has peppermint with them right now, you can put a drop just on the palm of your hand and rub them together. And then take a nice deep inhalation of that oil. And you'll notice Like the first thing that comes for me when I do this is usually like an opening, like the sinus cavities, like my brain, like just comes to life. And it's just this really amazing, like uplifting overall. It's almost like you just took a nice deep breath of fresh air that is going to allow you to just feel like this immediate shift. So that brought in, it's energizing, bringing in this clear breathing. And then also, if we're using it in different areas, if we're doing it on muscles, or if you're doing it when it's warm out, it also has this cooling action, which is fantastic when you have different things going on within your muscles where you maybe have some soreness. Peppermint's a great one to layer on with different oils to bring kind of a cooling aspect and circulation to that area. And then the final one I'll mention is relieving this head tension. So if you can rub it kind of here on this part of face, or even across, like forehead and the back of the neck, and it can help just kind of with that soothing and just really shifting in how your body is responding, almost like easing almost instantly that tension, or maybe the cause of why you have that to begin with. So that's the first cool thing. So I'll pass it to Cheryl for the effectiveness of oils.
So effective. More effective than most modern day approaches to healthcare. I just want to tell a quick story. We just finished an oil study with a group of people that were looking for some support. I had a gal that had been using over-the-counter prescription medicine for sleep for so long. And she said, I was just at the end of my rope. And you called and I told you no so many times. And she said, I'll never go back. So more effective than modern approaches to healthcare problems. Essential oils are permeable, so they can pass in and out of cell walls. They can pass in and out of our body in a way that when we take something synthetic, it can't do, because it's water-based. And water and oil don't mix, right? It can't permeate that cell membrane, which is meant to protect us. So it can't get into that cell wall in order to destroy whatever threat is there. Another cool thing about those being so effective is and I'm going to talk about OnGuard here, but one of my favorites is the fact that our brain has so much protection around it, and yet there are oils that can pass through that blood-brain barrier. And so that's part of what makes it so effective, is the ease in which it can travel in and out and throughout our body, in our bloodstreams, among the cells. It's just pretty amazing. OnGuard is our protective blend, and so a great one to use to promote healthy immune function. And when we say protective blend, OnGuard has a variety of different oils in it that are going to offer our bodies that unique protection from this proprietary blend. Can soothe the sore throat, cleansing for our home. OnGuard is part of a whole grouping of products that we have within doTERRA that do a number of things. But the key thing that we look to OnGuard for is the fact that it is our protective blend. Great for immune function, great to support our systems in that way.
Yes, I had somebody recently share too that they had just started out with the kit and is having amazing effects, kind of like you noted. At first she's like, oh, I thought the oils kind of smelled nice, and then I got this kit and I love it. She's like, and my husband's sold because I'm sleeping, I have more energy, and I've been diffusing OnGuard, and my son, who gets everything, hasn't been sick. And so it's always great to hear those testimonials of what these oils can do. And it's so simple. You just put some water in, turn it on during the day, and everybody gets the benefit.
I love the fact that we can stick them in a roller bottle as well and apply them to our feet, and that they're safe for everyone. So with a little bit of dilution for every single age, so safe and so effective.
Perfect. And then the third cool thing that we're going to talk about is the affordability of oils. So they are more affordable than traditional medical care. And this is one that we can say this because of thinking of the costs and what your time is worth. And even if you're able to get in and see the provider you're needing to see, instead you have these solutions at home. And with most of them, say, for example, if you're having, if you have little ones at home, which I have 4, there's been various times where they've had just like a little bit of a soreness. You're like, okay, get a drop of the tea tree, a drop of lavender, and massaging it behind the ears. And generally within, a few hours or overnight, they are feeling better. So that saves so much time and kind of the stress. They're able to get up and play again. And when you have these tools, you are saving, just hundreds of dollars. It's investing in your health and preventive health and having the tools you need when you need them. So one example is lavender is such a versatile oil, as all 3 of these on the slide here. Not only for its calming, so this one's a fantastic one for helping with so many things, including sleep or even during the day. With everything going on, it is really nice just to have this nice calm go-to that you can diffuse or being applying topically if you're out and about. It's also a fantastic one for as an antihistamine. So if you have, I always think of this one mostly for mosquito bites because it's pretty difficult to prevent them, especially I say up here in Alaska, but I know it's all over or in most areas. So you put it on after that bite and it stops that itching. So kids are automatically feeling a little better and it works. If we're getting into that time of different seasonal things going on too that you can also take in internally to help calm that histamine reaction as well. So this one is great for a topical application as well as having some internal uses as well and diffusing for the mind mood support. So the 3 cool things, the safety, the effectiveness, and the affordability of oils. So let's go on to the next of how we use these oils. And you would have noticed on the prior slide, we have these symbols in here for A for aromatic use, T for topical, and I for internal. So aromatic is one of these that's amazing when you can just put it on, set it aside, and you have it going during the night or throughout the day, and you can have an effect without having to do anything else. So this can change your mood or change the mood of the environment during the day if you're in a workspace that allows for oils to be used. Also talking about that OnGuard and this ability to cleanse the air to kind of already reduce some of the stress you might feel from whatever's going on around you, keeping your family, again, happy and healthy and preventing the medical visits and the outcomes that can come from that. And then also aromatic, you think, great way to support the respiratory system because we're directly breathing in through our sinus cavities into our lung space. And I like to emphasize the aromatic and the impact. So it's not only, all these benefits, this mood part of it is so effective because of the nerve, one of our cranial nerves that talks to kind of the direct, the survival basis of the brain, connects with this olfactory nerve that then connects with our limbic system. So we can have an immediate shift in whatever memory or how we're in that present moment. So do you want to cover?
Yeah, let me say just a little bit more about that. I love the aromatic benefits, not just for the mood, as Alana's saying, but the fact that it can calm the central nervous system. Mm-hmm. So even if you have somebody who's in pain and you have them inhale deeply, it's the only external measure you can do to actually have this effect on the central nervous system of just helping to just calm things down and bring them into, more homeostasis in the body. So you can't emphasize honestly enough just what can happen when you inhale oils. A lot of people will think you apply them, maybe you'll take them internally, but there's no substitute, quite honestly, for all that can happen just by inhaling. So topically, let's talk about that a little bit. We know that topically we can apply them to a local area. We know that, if we're going to, a lot of them can be applied neat. They're safe for that. But honestly, one of the really interesting things is the fact that you can dilute and you can be just as effective, if not more effective, by diluting them with a fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil. I love that dilution makes them safe for, all ages. My mom is elderly and her skin is thinning, and I want to for sure dilute some hot oils for her. I'll put oregano and OnGuard in a roller bottle and use that on her feet a couple of times a day in order to give her some immune support. But topical use is so effective. Alana's already said with a mosquito bite, but there's so many great places to use them topically, including pulse points in the back of the neck, some places that are common. And the pores in our feet are large, and it's not a sensitive area. So it's a great place to put oils, knowing that they're going to travel throughout our system. Just an incredible, I think it's 40,000 times in up to 30 seconds or something. It's some crazy number like that as they travel throughout our entire system. So we can't overstate the importance of and ease of topical use.
Yes, I think one of the big ones is relief when anything going on in the musculoskeletal system, that topical, and that's, the deep blue rub is kind of one of their main ways that already having it diluted, and you can really get direct impact directly on that area. Wonderful. And then the third way that we're going to use oils is internal. So this is the one most companies cannot make this claim, but in fact, doTERRA, it is even encouraged to use many of the oils internally because of the benefits that you can receive from them. So we can do that directly through water, which is one thing I think everybody on here, I want to say, uses, like lemon, or might have their favorite oil, mandarin, or one of those that grapefruit. I know a couple in here, just because of that amazing benefit. It's helping us drink more water. We're getting the benefits out of that kind of system-wide. Some of the oils we can also use in veggie caps, though, especially some of the hot oils like oregano that have amazing benefits system-wide, but it's going to be a hot oil that you don't necessarily want to put directly into the mouth, or some that you don't really care for the taste of, but you could use the benefit of it. And then under your tongue. So I think frankincense is kind of the big one that comes to mind for this, but there are many others that you can put directly under your tongue. And what it does is it bypasses the need to absorb through the digestive tract, and instead directly absorbs that mucosal barrier. So we get a much quicker response by doing so, and much more direct connection, either on the tongue. You can put it to the roof of the mouth too and get that direct connection again with the brain. So those are our three ways to use oils: the aromatic, topical, and internal. And each one will have indications within a guidebook of how to use those oils specifically, because we don't use all oils internally. And in fact, if you do have an oil bottle in front of you, it will have the supplements label. If we're looking for which ones we can use internally, it'll actually have a supplements fact on that, so we know that one is safe to use internally. Otherwise, it's not recommended to use them internally for various reasons, but doTERRA clearly lets you know which ones we can and shouldn't use. Perfect. All right, so let's go and jump into the main difference for this week. Now that we have a little bit of a foundation, BOGO week. Yeah, so this is one that it's always exciting, and it's amazing the value that you're gonna get out of this. So here's the overall summary, the savings you're gonna get. And then this time we're actually, with purchasing the 5 oils, you're actually getting the others. So what is it? Is it 7? We get 8 oils free with a new enrollment for this. So for the price of 6, which is fantastic. And then you're also saving by doing the BOGO box on Monday. You're also saving the shipping for each day. So let's jump into these different oils, and we're just going to do a brief highlight on them, just a couple of things. Oh, one thing I wanted to throw in first is with all these oils too, if you don't already have a diffuser, this is actually also a fantastic month to do this, because they've got the diffuser and the humidifier on a promo this month. So the on this side, La Luz diffuser, it also comes with wild orange and peppermint. For $59, you're saving $15. You're gonna have a way to use that aromatically, and that's a wonderful, wonderful diffuser. And then also I had a testimonial today on this humidifier of all the benefits this gal I met with earlier has had from having this diffuser in her home, just going, night and day, and just being able to just refill it, turn it on the low setting, and she's, good to go for the day. So this is a great one to add on if you're doing the BOGO and you don't have a diffuser. This is the month to do it. Just add it onto your order.
And that one is our only humidifier as well. So you get the benefits of that too, especially in dry climates where a lot of people are living.
Yes, because a lot of diffusers you aren't supposed to or you can't use essential oils in them. So this way you get the benefit of both moisturizing and the therapeutic benefit or the support. Yeah. All right. So these are in no particular order, but this one I like that I came up first as I was organizing. The first one is Peace. And I actually have not tried this one yet, but it's been on my list. So I'm really excited about this one. Overall, it's really supporting, based on like all the tables and things, it's really supporting kind of this sense of peacefulness, which everybody needs right now, that, like everything's going to be okay. And look at this blend: vetiver, lavender, ylang-ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, labdanum, and spearmint. So it is really this connecting with the nervous system, like Cheryl mentioned earlier, of just telling your body like everything's okay, shifting into this parasympathetic nervous state of rest and digest, that everything is okay, and your body believing it. Perfect. And then if any of these, Cheryl, you want to jump in? There's a couple that I'll defer to you, but I'll take lemon as well. This is one of my favorites. I do really love lemon. It's generally the one I'm using in my water in the morning, just because it feels like it has a little bit of flavor, but it also just feels like digestion, everything gets started for the day. And I've definitely used for multiple of these reasons of, cleaning anything sticky off, whether it's grease in the kitchen or like the adhesive labels on things. Lemon, like just put a drop of that and, it's inexpensive and so effective to save you hours of scrubbing that would otherwise have happened. And overall, just really uplifting, like thinking of it's like sunshine in a bottle, almost thinking of where lemons are growing. It always reminds me of seeing those beautiful trees and sunshine, and so uplifting. Lavender. Do you want to take lavender, Cheryl? I kind of
Yeah,
mentioned a couple earlier, but let's
yeah. Lavender's the Swiss Army knife of oils. I mean, one of the things I would say about lavender, and Dr. Alana mentioned, is the fact that it is, an antihistamine. So I call it the natural form of Benadryl. And I actually have a friend who their family does commercial fishing, and they were out on a boat and their son went anaphylactic, and she remembered that lavender was good for a histamine response, which he was really having. And so they actually were able to keep him stable while a helicopter came, and he was okay. He carries lavender. He since had one other episode. But I've used lavender a lot because of my allergies. And so lemon, lavender, and peppermint in a veggie capsule or in a little bit of water works just amazing for helping with that histamine response, knocking that down. We know it's also good for sleep and for any kind of calming. So mood, anxiety, those types of things. It's going to really help support feelings of anxiousness and help bring those down. A lot of people will use it on their pillow at night or on the bottoms of their feet. A really nice one that, it's in everything. We know that it works.
Perfect. And I love that they have this, if you are using it for kind of that coming into that time of that season of the year, they have it in the Try Ease formula too, the lemon, lavender, peppermint pre-mixed in the gel caps for people who are like, just give me the quick and easy, and it works amazing. All right, so the next one is eucalyptus. So this one works well along with that same kind of category of just really opening up and invigorating anytime you've got any kind of pressure going on or feeling like you're getting some of the congestion. It's like this breath of fresh air, really invigorating. I like to use this one or recommend it. I have for many, many years. You boil a little bit of water and you take it off the burner, and then you can add just 1 or 2 drops of this, put a towel over your head, breathe that in, and like you're gonna have this amazing release of just like clearing out your head. You can combine it with others too, but this by itself it's so powerful and just refreshing.
I like to use that one in the shower as well, or if I'm congested over the tops and bottoms of my toes, to just help my sinuses. And it just smells so good.
Perfect. Yes. And it blends well with rosemary, lavender, and thyme, and peppermint's another one that putting those together, like you can really get all this kind of antimicrobial, calming down whatever reaction might be going on to get relief quickly. Citrus bloom. This is one of my favorites. I got it last year, I want to say, on a BOGO that they have because it's not usually available. And it is actually, I grabbed my box for the specific reason. So, because I wanted to remember exactly what it tends to bring to mind when I first open it up. So it's like this mix of you get like a citrusy, but then it's also a little bit, I'm not a huge florally type of, but you get just enough of the flower in it that it kind of brings you like almost like the springtime energy of everything coming out and blooming. Or imagine when you cut open a grapefruit or a really good orange, that smell. That's what you get with this one.
But it's
Um,
light. It's not
yeah,
overpowering. That's what I like about it.
yeah,
You're not like, whoa. You're like, oh, it's gentle and yeah, really
mhm.
sweet.
Yes, so you can see and hear like some of the diffuser blends you can do or the roller blends almost, and they have on this bloom perfume. So you're just doing citrus bloom. I'll have to try that with the sandalwood, and then the fractionated coconut oil. So this is like one that can really be used as a natural perfume that's just like a light, if you like to have scents, but not the artificial. This one is a fantastic one for that, but not often available. And I put this full image in because for, I don't know if Kelly already has it, I think she does, but for people who are buying all of these or who are interested and see the replay, we can send you the link that has all of these images, the recipes, and all of them in it. It's an ebook that you're going to be able to get to know exactly how to use all these oils. So you don't have to be taking crazy notes right now. You're going to get these resources. All right, blue tansy. This one I'll let Cheryl present on because I've only had a little bit of experience. I know the main part of it is using it with relief, that it's one of the most
Yeah.
powerful for relief, and that's why like the deep blue has its beautiful blue color.
Yeah. Chamomile or something.
Chamazline, yes,
Yeah.
the
It's
natural
the
blue
main,
color, yeah.
yeah, it's the main constituent. And if you want to look like a Smurf, you can put this on your face and then go out. So I don't recommend that you do that. You might know now that you know that it's blue tansy, just remember that it will leave a blue hue for a while. So it's better to use, when you're not going out. But it is amazing for just calming things down. It's relaxing in a bath. I absolutely love it in a bath, or just a few drops over, that low back where you've got all that stress going on, or your shoulders, wherever you hold that. It's just it's awesome. And it is in the deep blue. Blue tansy too. Dr. Alana mentioned that, many of the oils can be taken internally. So if you grew up in a farm, you know that tansy is not something you want cows to eat, and because that's not good for them. Topically, it's great for us, but we don't want to internalize it. So there's one of the oils that we don't internalize, but it's amazing when we're just applying it. Great for
Awesome.
mood too. It smells awesome.
I'm really excited to try that one, yeah, and by itself, aside from the blends. Perfect. All right. And that takes us into, so thinking of kind of this aromatic use and how it can really support breathe is a fantastic one for that. So just really clearing the airways, bringing, this one is fantastic for the diffuser at night. So you can do it in conjunction with other oils or by itself and really help, especially if you're waking up in the morning with congestion or you even have difficulty sleeping, because it really is working to relax the muscles, which includes, we have the muscles all the way through our respiratory tract. And so all of that is just getting like this message that it's time to rest and it's okay to be, go to sleep and get that rejuvenation. So emotionally, I love this. Teach us to embrace life through breath, letting go. And I talk about a lot about how we cleanse and detoxify, purify our bodies. And oftentimes we forget about our lungs, but our lungs are a huge one that we're releasing and processing on top of emotions. You mentioned earlier the breathing and how powerful just doing like a 4-7-8 breathing pattern is to reset the breath and how effective that is to reset our nervous system. Breathe is one that's amazing to be able to pair with that.
And a couple of these that we've talked about for respiratory, there's so many people that are working on healing from respiratory things that are going around. A roller bottle with a couple of these in there and some fractionated coconut oil are very supportive for that as well. And front and back of the chest. So front, and then, if you can do the back as well, that would be very helpful.
Yes, and I like this one in a roller bottle and then directly, so our lungs are actually all the way up here. So we have the lungs, so all the way through this space. And Chinese medicine, this point, if you come from the collarbones, this is one space where we can access the lungs. And if you push on it, it might actually be tender right now, or massage it, because it also goes with emotion of grief. Lungs associate with grief. So feel of what we're needing to process or move through emotion wise. Yeah. Breathe. We all need to remember to breathe.
Mhm.
Perfect. So this one too, I'll give mine, and I'm sure Cheryl's going to have a little bit to add on too. This was another one that I got last year on one of the BOGOs, and I absolutely love it. I like this one on my face. Like I put it on as like this feeling of like this confidence in the morning of just like, putting your best foot forward, like really uplifting, like setting this courage and, ready to take on the day. So that's when I use my beautiful blend and how I use it.
Yeah, I love this one too. It smells amazing, and it makes you want to take up the Superman pose.
Yes.
Superwoman pose. I mean,
Yeah.
it really does. It's like, I got this. So
Yeah, and
it smells gorgeous. I mean, thus osmanthus in there. I mean, just it smells. It's so unique. It's got such a unique scent. And again, like the citrus bloom, it's not loud and overpowering, but it's just really light. But it's defined. I don't know how better to say that, but it's defined. It's really nice. So I like it. So for emotions, and you'll see that it blends well with rose and lavender. I don't know what it wouldn't blend well with. It's just really nice. And for anxious feelings, again, that feeling of confidence, like I got this. So yeah, that's one of my favorites. I was super excited to see it. And again, one of them that you can't regularly purchase.
right. Yes. Perfect. And balance. So I think this is like the must have for everybody. And it's, it's kind of the go-to usually morning and night to bookend the day of just bringing it, like it says, balance and grounding back to wherever you're at in the day, and really centering and coming back into your present moment where you feel like you have some control, or you have this ability to set your mindset in the positive direction again. It is just overall amazing. And I love this one too, because a lot of oils and things I feel are more of like a feminine smell, but I know like this is one that tends to be one that men like as well, for diffusing. And I know this is one that my husband actually will diffuse, and diffuses at work, and people walk in like, oh, what is that? It's a really great one to just help with. And everybody reacts differently. It's interesting because somebody brought him a little bottle that they had gotten, and they're like, I don't like this one. And it's like, you have this, there's going to be oils that it's just not your thing, because, and maybe it is supposed to be, it's just like, you're not ready to receive it yet. So this one is amazing. The therapeutic massage, doing the aroma touch hand massage, it mentions, the wrists, the back, like wherever you're holding tension and needing to bring kind of that grounding back in. And this one is huge.
Yeah, my favorite in the morning before my feet hit the floor. This goes on my feet.
Perfect. And Roman chamomile. This one is, you can, for most of you, if you've ever had, like chamomile tea, or it almost has like this sweet and smooth, that's the best I can describe it, but it's really this calming, an amazing one for kids. And anytime you're having like this stress, this is one that's often overlooked, I feel, but it's super simple to be able to bring in, like one of the recipes says, calm focus. So you're calm, but you're also like have this amazing, like just able to hone in on whatever you're doing. And kids too.
One drop in a cup of hot water for tea is really pretty nice too.
Perfect. Yes. Rosemary. So this is the one that comes free when you get the BOGO box. So this is Rosemary is an awesome one for thinking of memory, and there's actually really great studies on it. And if you're diffusing, if you are around anybody who is elderly or anyone who is studying, and so that takes you all the way from kids through adulthood into older years, and it just really is an amazing one for the brain function, which is a huge part of so many different complaints of like forgetting different things or not being able to focus and concentrate. This is like a go-to that everybody needs to have, on top of the antimicrobial properties of it are fantastic. All right, Spearmint. This one also is one that I tend to think of more that guys tend to like a lot, especially like blending it. So this one is actually one that we use in the truck because everybody tolerates it well and everybody enjoys it. So on road trips, this is the one that goes on the ceramic disc. It's also great. You can see on here, like adding into your toothpaste, adding flavoring. If you're doing into making different things, you can add this one in easily. Soothing, digestion, helping with focus. And then, yeah, the one I like is the blood sugar support, of helping to balance and normalize blood sugar levels on top of kind of the stress and antioxidant. This one is just like so many great benefits to it. All right, I think this is the last one, Tangerine, and it really blends well with Spearmint. And even in a water, if you're doing a bigger pitcher of water, 1 drop of each is a really nice blend together. Just helping to overall feel this cleanse, metabolism, digestion, purifying, cleansing, and supporting the immune system overall. So I love this one, the fresh citrus, 3 drops of Tangerine and 3 drops of Spearmint together. I really recommend trying it. It's a really nice blend. And I love Tangerine by itself too in water. It's a really nice one in the morning.
Yeah, one of the best ones for antioxidant support too, and it tastes good. So it's a win-win for sure.
Yes. All right. So those are the oil. So I'll go back to this one. And does anybody have any stories? So a couple people on here, your favorite oil that we went over from the series, share your favorite oil and why it's your favorite oil. Let's get a couple of testimonials before we go into the basics. So Shirley, you're unmuted.
Yeah, I love balance. So I do balance and serenity in the morning on the bottoms of my feet before I get out of bed. So it just kind of keeps things calm. I used serenity the other day with my dog when she went to the vet to try to keep her calm down a little bit. Again, the serenity and the balance together. And I love breathe at night as a calming in the diffuser when I sleep. So I haven't met an oil I don't like.
Awesome.
I'm loving them.
Yes.
I'm not sure about the
fantastic.
I'm not sure about
Eucalyptus. That's the great thing about the
BOGOs
BOGOs too, these boxes, you get to try so many different oils without having to necessarily invest the full price in them. So you can really try a lot of different things. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
How about you, Kelly?
I'm trying to remember all the ones that we talked about, so many. I'm really liking the Spearmint. I've been using that to diffuse lately. And I don't know, it's just lighter than Peppermint, I guess. And so I've been putting that with all kinds of combinations just in my diffuser, and really, really liking that. So I mean, they all smell good. So, but oh, Alana, the clothespins we used for the car, after I did that, I doused that with Spearmint too. And so that's in my car diffuser. So I don't know, I'm just high on Spearmint right now. It's just
perfect. It is a nice one, like it is.
Yeah. I'm excited to try like the Tangerine in my water. Because I usually use like peppermint or grapefruit. But yeah, excited for the tangerine to try it.
You'll probably like this one too. Yeah, grapefruit is a nice one. Is one I really like too. This one I really like those too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, so we are just going to go through, if you're watching the replay, we're gonna have you, I would love to hear your 3 top health concerns or share with the person who invited you or shared this with you. And so you can text that over to them and they can help guide you in which oils would be the most beneficial to get started with, or the BOGO is also a great way to get a variety and then work with them on how to use them to kind of specifically support you. So you're ready, you are loving oils, or you're ready to get into them. The 3 ways to purchase are going to be through retail. This is the most expensive. You're only going to be generally getting this in a professional setting. And I think Justin Harrison said the other day, friends don't let friends buy retail. I like that quote from him. Just because looking at the wholesale, you're going to start saving the 25% off. You're going to get the best products for the best prices, kind of like a whole, like a Costco account. Like you pay that percentage or that the membership fee, which in this case with the BOGO is waived. So you don't even have to pay that to get started. So there is also an additional savings. And then when you do the loyalty rewards program, you're going to save additional. So you're going to be able to build up the percentage up to 55% off by the end of your first year, on top of all the points that you're going to save of basically free oils. So this is really the best way. And I think everybody on here, this is how they do it, is wholesale plus LRP. So if you are new to oils and you're ready to set up, this is going to be what else you get this month for signing up. You just need to contact ahead of time. We'll get you the code from Cheryl, and you're going to get a Citrus Bliss. So you get that additional free oil with a 100 PV order and the Essential Basics guide. And then if you have a 300 PV order, you're also going to get Adaptive, which is, I think, probably one of my all-time favorite oils that everybody needs right now because it is the one to help us with stress. So once you sign up too, then there'll be a wellness that'll go over, LRP. It'll give you the basics of just how to get started and how to access your account to get the most benefit out of it. And that is this as well. So whoever you're working with, they will get you set up so that you get this free gift bag as well that Cheryl is offering as we're working towards, or she's working towards the Diamond Club, which is how we get those free oils and all these benefits. So we'll get more out of this as you're going through that wellness welcoming class, which is Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Central. So you can go based on your time zone. It'd be 5 if you're up here in Alaska, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain. And if you're on the East Coast, it'd be 9 then. Okay. And then you also, if you're new, you're also going to get 25 doTERRA dollars with the by joining the loyalty rewards program after you sign up. And you're going to see you get this really cool travel pouch. I was meaning to bring mine in, but they're fantastic for if you're traveling and you just need all of your basic oils with you for either you or somebody else who needs it. Like this is a great way to share oils to make a difference in their lives that's always with you. And this I'm going to kind of skip through, but I put it in here for people watching the review of what the loyalty rewards program is. You're going to get more of this in the welcome, but this kind of breaks it down that you can cancel anytime, but the benefits that you get, and you get to hold on to them even if you have small orders, you get to maintain your points to work towards all these free products, which is awesome. As well as once you're above 50 is how you keep building percentage. 100 is if you're looking to earn income, which anybody can share the oils, anyone can enroll someone. And then 125, you're going to get a free oil each month if you order before the 5th or by the 15th. So it's another benefit, another way to maximize your program or what you're going to get out of the oils. Cool. This is one of the first products you want to add to your loyalty rewards. If you are looking for energy or looking for just overall improving your health, you can't say enough of these, just the whole food. And I noticed a huge difference. I was skeptical, but the amount that I've noticed out of them, as well as what I'm able to do when I'm taking them. And then when I run out after about the week and a half, 2 weeks mark, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't have my supplements on board. So I've like make sure to start taking them regularly again. And everybody doses a little bit different, but it's covering all your bases, micronutrients, minerals, your omegas, and your antioxidant support, all in 3 bottles that are easy to order and give you added additional benefits or supplements for discounted prices. So if you want this, this is that little pouch, your little carry too. Talk to whoever invited you to this class and we can get you one. We'd love to have you host a class and bring your friends on and just allow them to learn and set in to where you guys can all learn more. Every class I learn more from whomever is presenting. It's amazing at what we can do and how we can empower ourselves. So live the wellness. Most people using doTERRA are just using the oils and loving them because of the benefits. They can take care of themselves and their family. But then you want to start sharing because you notice something that somebody has and you're like, oh, try this. And you gift them a sample and then they're like, oh, tell me more. And then you can start getting your oils paid for. So you're getting, free natural health care. And then if it comes to that beyond, then you can start building. If this is really something that resonates with your passion and your direction, you can start building and actually work to replace your income. This has been a lifesaver for me, being able to work from home through everything going on the last year and be able to have, that coming in of doing something I truly love doing. So it makes a huge difference when you love what you're doing for work. All right, the only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. So keeping this in mind of like, where do you want to be? What is your purpose? What is your overall health? And where would you like to see yourself? doTERRA is like the middle ground of how to get from where you are to where you want to see yourself. But it's about sitting in the moment and like doing stepwise, like, what do I need to do first to make this a reality and believe that you can do it? So that's all I have for